my channel Life Admin 365 and welcome to today's video. Today's video is a meal prep video and I am sharing with you my meal plan for the last week of April. Today's meal plan is based exclusively on everything that is in my refrigerator and freezer. I need to finish a bunch of veggies that I got about 4 or 5 days ago and I can see that they're going bad. So I need to use those up, come up with my meal plans, make the preparations that are needed and either have them in my refrigerator or keep them in my freezer so that I can use it at a later time. With that said, I'm making a heartfelt appeal to all my viewers to make any kind of contribution that they can afford to the charities that are helping India defeat the second wave of COVID-19. Past few weeks, India has been experiencing this disastrous second wave and it's extremely heart-wrenching. So my sincerest appeal and my heartfelt request to you all to make any kind of contribution that you can to those charities that are helping India fight this disastrous second COVID wave. I have made my contribution via Seva International, but there are many such organizations that are doing their part in helping India. With that said, let's get back to my meal prep. I hope you enjoy watching today's video and you consider subscribing to my channel. And at the same time, consider donating to the charities for India relief. Let's get started. I always start my meal prep by soaking beans or legumes that I plan to use for the upcoming week. Sometimes it's chickpeas for chole or chawli for chawli usad or simply pinto beans for making refried beans for my tacos. This week I'm soaking and sprouting moong beans for usad, soaking whole red lentils or masoor for masoor amti, and I'll be finishing up the frozen mixed dal varan that I had made last week. With beans and lentils soaking, I'm ready to prepare today's lunch, which is pav bhaji. And since I'm using half of this bhaji for my low-carb pav bhaji, I'm pressure cooking the starchy vegetables, namely the potatoes and the peas, separately from the other veggies. I begin by melting butter in my pressure cooker, followed by the addition of my special homemade chili garlic paste. Once garlic pieces have bloomed well in the hot butter, I'm adding roughly chopped tomatoes, followed by the addition of veggies from my frozen pav bhaji kit that I had made almost a month ago. Linking the meal prep video that shows how I made this kit in the card above and in the description box below. All I'm doing now is seasoning the veggies with pav bhaji masala and salt, giving everything a thorough mix and then pressure cooking it for 2 to 3 whistles. For me, pressure cooking pav bhaji and coarse blending it is the best way to serve pav bhaji, as no one in our house really appreciates chunky veggies in the bhaji, and most importantly, I don't like to keep on mashing the veggies with the masher as it puts a lot of pressure on my wrists. Once it has blended to my liking, I will take half of it for my low carb keto pav bhaji and to the other half I will add green peas and pressure cooked potatoes. Once potatoes and peas are incorporated with the remaining veggies, I will season it according to our taste. So I will add butter chunks, salt, lemon juice, cilantro, red chili powder, turmeric powder, additional pav bhaji masala so that it attains the flavors that I'm looking for. Once that is done, I'm ready to serve it with either store-bought pav or homemade pav. After enjoying the delicious pav bhaji for my Sunday lunch, I took a break for good 2 hours and now it's time to head back and complete the remaining meal prep. First in line are the 2 blocks of paneer. I'll use cubes from 1 block of paneer for my keto paneer 65 recipe, while I will flash freeze the cubes from the other block for later use. I will share my low carb keto paneer 65 version in my keto meal prep video. For flash freezing paneer cubes, I simply line a tray with a silicone mat and then transfer these cubes on that silicone mat, spread evenly into a single layer and then put it in the freezer and freeze it for an hour or so. Next in line are a bunch of veggies that I need to prep. Having onions diced and ready to go helps make any meal preparation a breeze. Once onions are prepped, I transfer the diced onions to a glass container and store it in the refrigerator for up to 6 days. Next are my cruciferous vegetables: cabbage, cauliflower and broccoli. I was fortunate to find a small head of cabbage, which is really hard to find in my part of the world. I almost always get twice or thrice the size of cabbage, and then I don't know how to use it up all without it going to waste. I never rinse prepped cabbage in advance. It almost always gets moldy and spoiled within a couple of days after washing. For both cauliflower and broccoli, I'm following the same process. I'm separating the florets from the stem, discarding the harder portion of the stem, and keeping the softer inner core or the hearts of the stems. Carrots are the last veggies that I'm prepping. After peeling and chopping off the ends, I'm cutting the carrots into small dices. And just like I flash froze paneer cubes, I'm going to flash freeze these carrot dices as well. But before I can do that, I need to remove the tray of paneer that is flash freezing in the freezer, as I have only one tray that really fits very well in my freezer. So I'm going to first take these paneer pieces out from this tray and then transfer these pieces into a freezer safe bag, and then put the diced carrot cubes on the same sheet and flash freeze it. Once they are fully frozen, I will transfer them to a freezer safe container. I'm inclined to make bhaji from this and the frozen green beans that I have, or if not, I will use them for making my Chinese fried rice. Second to last thing on my list is to keep mung beans for sprouting. After draining the water from the fully soaked mung beans, I'm transferring them to a clean kitchen rag, wrapping the rag around them and keeping them in the container covered and in a warm place for sprouting. The last thing on my meal prep list is to make dough from the leftover dal and green peppers bhaji that I had made a couple days ago. Green peppers bhaji turned out a little bit soggy than it typically does, and so no one was really keen on eating it the second time. So instead, I decided to grind it along with the leftover dal and use that paste to knead the dough for parathas. First, I'm grinding the dal and bhaji to a smooth paste, adding it to the whole wheat flour that I have seasoned with salt, kasuri methi, and pav bhaji masala, and kneading all of these to form a dough. Here's a quick look at all the things that I prepped today. I was doing these preparations, my children and my husband helped me pick cilantro leaves. Sharing a simple weekday meal of cauliflower potato bhaji, masoor usad, and roti. I don't have a fixed recipe for my everyday simple meals. It all depends on what I have on hand and what I feel like adding to change up or to spice up a recipe. Sometimes I add mustard seeds, sometimes I add cumin seeds, sometimes I add methi seeds, sometimes I add a combination of any one of these. Sometimes I choose to use green chilies, sometimes I used to use red chilies, or a combination of either one of those. For this particular meal, I'm using frozen cauliflower florets because I wanted to use them up before using up my fresh cauliflower that I had prepped earlier in the week. When using frozen cauliflower or any frozen veggie, it's important to remember that you do not thaw the frozen vegetable in advance. Right when you're ready with your tadka, just add the veggie directly from the freezer to the pan. Thawing out in advance will ruin the vegetable in the end. When preparing usad, I follow my standard practice of heating oil and then adding mustard seeds, followed by addition of onions, sauteing it, adding green chilies, followed by the addition of dry spices like turmeric, red chili powder, homemade masala, and a lot of garlic. Garlic invariably goes in making usad, followed by the addition of some tomato paste or tomato puree or freshly chopped tomatoes, mixing everything well, and finally adding the cooked dal or the lentil. I also prepared roti dough as part of this meal prep preparation, but unfortunately I did not record it, so I couldn't show it to you in the earlier part of the meal prep. I used about 8 cups of whole wheat flour to make the roti dough, and this dough should last us for good 4 days. Tomorrow I will be doing my keto low carb meal prep, and I'll share that in the next upcoming video. I hope you've enjoyed watching today's video, and I hope that I have given you some ideas for your own meal prep. Here is a quick look of my weekly meal prep for the last week of April. Thank you for sticking around till the end, liking my video and considering subscribing to my channel, and requesting once more, if you haven't done so already, to contribute to charities that are supporting India in its fight against this second wave of COVID. Alright guys, y'all take care, and I will see you around soon. Bye.